Now, as we have high flyers PuTi from Finland taking on Manchots from Le Mans, France. Liam Grant alongside Ingeborg Cowlars. Thanks very much for joining us, Ingeborg.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, so we have a really exciting matchup. I was kind of going through the rosters here, and we're two really strong teams. This essentially feels like a Finnish national team, or a lot of the best players in Finland for sure on this PuTi roster. And then, you know, France on beach have been on the rise for quite some time, so a very strong roster there as well. You looking forward to this one?
Absolutely. It's going to be a hugely exciting game. This is an important one for both of the teams, so I'm really excited to see what kind of energy they're going to bring and how it turns out for them.
Yeah, looking forward to this, and thankfully better weather conditions today. We had a stormy day on the beach yesterday, but it's back to a thrower's wind, sunshine, and warm conditions here. So it should be a great game of beach ultimate. And this mixed division, probably the most competitive, certainly most amount of teams, like 54 teams, more than any other division, has got a lot of stacked teams, really hard one to call. And you know, I wouldn't write out the likes of these two teams making a run in the bracket.
I would back both of them to do well. They've both done well so far. PuTi with only one loss, Manchots as yet undefeated, but haven't faced off against the team that PuTi lost to. So very excited to see what they have in store for us this morning.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of Finnish Ultimate this season. Didn't really see them at the EUCF or UCS series. They kind of tend to do that. They kind of get involved and often win tournaments and do very well and then disappear for a while. I guess they are on the outer realms at times of the European Ultimate scene, but you know, we've seen the Finnish women win the European Championships. We've seen PuTi, you know, do very well in the mixed division on grass. They'll be coming out here on offense on sand.
They're definitely a team that reappears out of nowhere every few years to take the world by storm.
Rennanen can't get the centering pass to Sivo after that very good pull, but finds Leno to Sandberg, who sends a big old buttery biscuit to Sivo and gets horizontal. The handler isn't afraid to throw his body into the air, and a beautiful clean hold for the finish.
Very confident start from PuTi. That'll do well for them to keep that energy, get the ball rolling, and have an amazing turnout. They've got their first hold. That is perfection. That's the best you can hope for when you start on offense. Now to see what their D-line can bring. And let's see if Manchots can be just as calm on the disc and as decisive with their choices.
Yeah, no, Sivo, been around the ultimate scene for quite a long time, been playing 19 years, but actually only 33 years old, coming out of Espoo, but currently living in Helsinki. And you see a lot of those kind of two cities, Espoo and Helsinki, a lot of the players coming from there. They played a lot with Otso as well. Let's see what the French can do on offense now. Leproux gets the first undershot. And that one, sky's a bit too high. And unable to take it down is Aslan Kurdek. So a chance to break now here for PuTi. Inside shot is there, but goes all the way around, and that swing just not connecting. So better field position for the French now. Will be Perrine Leproux to pick up again. Hits that inside shot. Now working into the quasi-upwind end zone here. And they get the goal round the house, punch it in. Both teams scoring their first offensive points.
Yes, on the turn there, Manchots looking a lot more calm and confident with the disc. That first turnover just adjusting to the wind. It is very much an upwind, downwind game so far, with the wind coming from the right side of your screen to the left, as you can see by the flags flapping away.
You see the two turnovers here. Relatively simple passes, but maybe just finding the range here in the opening stages of this game, and some good dumb swing offense here from the French. Just go all the way around, and Ensemble Courdec getting involved.
I believe that was Gavillier with the score for Manchots.
That pull just drifting out of bounds.
So close to perfection, but no cigar.
And you do feel like the punishment is more severe for the bricked pull on beach. You get quite a lot of field position.
It's definitely a huge advantage. Pulls are very important.
Fumbles it, but just about holds on. Atari. Now to Sandberg. Looking to reset it again. Great dump cutting from Khalil. And now punch it in. Another beautiful clean hole. This time punctuated by Maya Leno, the Euro trash sensation.
Yeah, it looked halfway through that point like Manchots had their number, really clamping down on everything, but PuTi was just able to work through and eventually got rolling again for a very confident hold.
Yeah, this is an exceptionally strong PuTi O-line. I recognize a lot of those players from their run at the World Ultimate Club Championships in grass. Very similar O-line that, you know, I think they made it to semis. I think they were a top 4 team at the World Ultimate Club Championships. PuTi, you need to double check that with some of my statisticians, but you wouldn't rule them out doing the same thing here. Never right off the finish. Definitely kind of a younger in comparison side, this Manchots side, and it's been kind of a case in France. You feel like a lot of the premier players are in the early stages of their career, seeing a big boost in talent and growth, particularly in the youth phases, and they have so many strong teams in this mixed division.
Yeah, and Le Mans is one of the centers of Youth Ultimate in France, so there's origin of a lot of their youth strength, and you can see that on this team as well.
Oh, and a brilliant shot to the end zone, and Perrine Leproux heavily involved again. Has the little dance moves to finish it off as well, working on those celebrations before the live stream. Love to see it.
If you've got it, flaunt it. That goes for the frisbee, that goes for the celebrations. Really nice offensive hold there as well by Manchots. Confident, just taking every single open option that they had, working it through. It's been a really clean game so far. Besides a couple errors there early on, everyone's cleaned out their offensive throws, and everything's rolling for both sides.
Yeah, just one turnover piece in this game so far. See, both O-lines looking very strong. And there's definitely a typical beach wind here today, but you wouldn't necessarily expect it watching this game. Not really bothering either side. Sivo playing around with his own end zone. Has Sandberg on the reset, who attacks up into the middle. Lille tries to poach off, but they send it deep. This one hanging in the air. Stumbles momentarily, but recovers so well to take that in. Brilliant goal. Outstanding composure.
That was an excellent recovery on the catch. It almost looked like both offense and defense getting eaten alive by the sand and about to go down. But just an incredible recovery from the PuTi receiver to get it after all. Just no need for a call or any kind of discussion if there was any contact on that. Just got right back up, secured the hold.
See that. 6-shooter from the hip, just launching into full field. Kind of an upwind, and both players stumbling, falling, but PuTi keep their composure. So no breaks so far. No turns at all from the PuTi O-line. And you feel like the defense is actually good from Manchots. They pinned them, good pulls, put them in the back of the end zone, but PuTi look very composed at the moment. I'm not afraid to use that deep game either. And off to the races yet again is Perrine, who doesn't hesitate saying this one. Is it too far? No, it's on a platter. Well served. Brilliant goal.
What a phenomenal reception there in the end zone. Well worth celebrating.
Gavillet with her second goal of the game. Currently living in Bergamo, but playing with the French here.
Yeah, hails from Switzerland, got her start living in Neuchâtel with Fly High Lausanne. It's really interesting to see her playing around all over Europe now. And she's been playing with Manchots all season as well on their grass team, so very integrated into this squad. And she's been crossing over because I've been mostly seeing her on D-line so far, and now making her impact on the O-line. What a great rundown you saw there.
She says their sporting hero is David Barzazzi.
She's a little biased, but if he manages to inspire, more power to her. It's what a good, strong Frisbee couple relationship will do. Pushes both people to even greater heights.
Again, with ease, PuTi working up the field. Field being forced under here. Maybe the French a bit worried about the deep shots. Otari to Sandberg. Let's see what their end zone offense is. Brilliant again from Otari, bouncing to the front corner, not in yet though. Knocking on the doorstep, having to go back around. Lena looks there on the swing pass, but Khalil hesitates. Rennanen running the give go now in that power position, looking for Leno. Not happy what she sees downfield, and a great end zone stand here from the French, forcing PuTi to go backwards and reset on multiple occasions, but looks like blown coverage possibly here, and they recover again, the French. Very good end zone defense again. Leno getting high in the stall counts, not a lot of options, wants to go around that break and just can't find a receiver. You can see what that means to the French. They celebrate that one emphatically, and as they should. It was a long end zone stand and they keep the door shut.
Yes, 90% of that point was just outside of the end zone. You see, she really didn't have any options. The PuTi stack quite stagnant at times and really relying on those dumps and swings around the handler space. And eventually Manchots just able to pressure the throw. Great defensive work by them.
This is the first break opportunity for Manchots. Let's see what they can do. Looks off the deep shot. Lille does well to run that one down, but a pick is called. Lille Petitbon. So this is the first break opportunity for the French. Manchots. They've had to work hard for it. Coming out in a vertical stack. Look for Lille again, and she catches it for the second time. Petitbon hits the around swing. The continuation is there. Could we get our first break of the game? Rula. There's the easy shot, and there it is. First break, first blood for the French. A hard-earned break against this Finnish side. You can see the tactics there. I think they were forcing them under, and then when they got outside the end zone, they trusted them to play some really good end zone defense, not to get caught out by a hook early on, and paid out dividend for the French. Some great defense.
Great defense by the French, for sure. And a beautiful offensive continuation there to secure the converted break. Really, really well done. You saw how that fake took everybody out and was able to open up a wide open receiver in the end zone. Here we have that huge throw, huge break. fake, opening up the receiver as her defender believed a little too hard.
It does look like it's almost a fresh D-line for Le Mans, trusting their whole squad. You know, it's a good thing to be able to do. You've had that was a tough defensive point, and go out there and put another fresh 5 out there.
Those
PuTi
young legs
making a few changes. Looks like Sandberg has come off, so but Sivo remaining out there as Leno, who has this now. Oh, and goes to the reset to Sivo, but confusion there. And a gift for the French, a chance to get 2 breaks in a row, and will pick it up on the opposition end zone. Looking to isolate one player, and they do just that. Devois gets the goal and gets the stat for Manchots. The break train keeps on rolling here, and PuTi with their hands on their head. You see a lot of them looking pretty tired. Won't be surprised to see a timeout call, but doesn't look like it just yet.
No, they're resigned to go out there once more. There's a very unfortunate miscommunication there in the dump space. Very, very expensive mistake for them as they now trail 2 breaks to Manchots. And Manchots, that long, slow walk up to retrieve the disc from the end zone, really built the tension, and then just euphoria straight away. Super simple inside break. It's so hard to cover.
And again, rotating through the lines here. PuTi have a number of players they're happy to put out there on offense. We see Sandberg come back on, who wasn't on the last point. Leno and Sivo this time taking a rest.
Yeah, beach is exhausting, so you got to keep your O-line fresh. You can't just send them out again and again.
Renan gets the shot to Sandberg. See what the force is here. Maybe a force forehand, but definitely trying to stop the deep shots as they've been doing in the latter stages of this game so far. But now just taking the simple swings. Vonlin. Sandberg wants to put it up there. This is going to be a touch throw, but just a very difficult one to execute, leading to that far corner, and drifts out of bounds. And a lot of PuTi players, their hands on the knees there, struggling to keep up with this French side.
Yeah, the French youth really using their legs. They're forcing them under, as you said, but still very close behind to pressure every throw. And then that throw just had to be too far, too hard, and PuTi receiver not able to come up with it.
Boulard to Petitbon. Looking towards a rifle of a flick. It's her name, James, because that was a giant peach of a throw. Lille Petitbon, take a bow. I didn't know she had that one.
That was a gorgeous throw. Perfect for Rouillard to just eat right up. It always stresses me out when receivers do the arms wide, like pre-celebration of this phenomenal catch when they're hugely wide open in the end zone. It's a bit of a cocky move, and it paid off. Manchots putting on a little swag to put even more pressure on PuTi, and PuTi have now presumably called the timeout.
Exquisite.
A beautiful throw by Petitbon, as you said. Props to her.
And the French in the lead, 6-3 now. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more great action in just a minute. Welcome back here to the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships. Manchots from Le Mans, France in a commanding lead after getting 3 breaks on the bounce. PuTi being asked questions here, the Finnish legends. Just taking a time out. I think they just need it for their legs and maybe their minds, trying to reset the clock here.
Yeah, build back up their stamina for another go at this offensive hold that they've been chasing for a little while now.
Let's see if that timeout benefited them at all, and that pull just slightly out of bounds.
Just stroking the line. Almost perfect.
Zivo. Gets the late undercut from Sandberg. Leno. Not too bothered by the contact. Zivo. Holsters the hammer shot. Instead takes the easy one under Otari. Sandberg spin cuts and an acrobatic catch in the back of the end zone. They settle the ship here. PuTi get the goal.
Very nice offensive hold there from PuTi. Riding the ship, as you say, finding the connections, not forcing anything except for maybe that slightly visionary shot to the end zone, but the receiver well up to the task.
You can see the French side. They see that pirouette turn from Sandberg. Gets a bit of space, had to execute a difficult throw there, Otari, just to blade it around the defender. Not always the easiest thing to do in windy conditions, but fond of the blades, the finish, typically. They haven't seen too many here, as it is a beach game. If we're indoors right now, there'll be non-stop blade action, but can't really get away with it here. But that had a little bit of...
They're saving it for when it counts. When it's in the end zone, then confidence behind it.
And you can see they're actually forcing Sandberg under quite a lot in this game. Early on in that possession, he was being given 5-10 yards under. I think PuTi really needed to capitalize on that, even send him deep and try and get a massive under. I think they're very scared of the deep game. I think actually shutting it down has been effective from the French. I think they've had their tactics right. So we haven't seen Manchots O-line for quite some time, and a foul being called.
There was some contact on that reception, but I do think the PuTi receiver had a better line on it. It seemed like Gavile stopped secure of the catch, but Martos just kept running. Hard to tell from that replay because it was very much the tail end, but Martos has accepted the foul.
Yeah, I think the contact might have been quite early on before the play. Yeah, that's the argument anyway. So it's an accepted foul. This will stay with Gavile. PuTi trying to ramp up the pressure here. They know they need several breaks to get back into this game. Oh, that spicy number over the top and comes out of the breadbasket for Gavile. So let's see what this D-line for PuTi can do. Kira hits a nice inside shot. The deep shot is there, holsters it. Was really expecting that one to go. Brilliant catch under pressure. Soft inside shot, continuation is there again. They holster it, it's there for the second time, and they get their first break of the game. PuTi answering back off the timeout. getting their offensive hold now breaking, so trying to gain some momentum themselves.
I think PuTi very much choosing the absolutely secure options instead of anything even remotely risky. They've got a couple of breaks to come claw back, still to go, so they really wanted to put that up on the board. See that beautiful score in the end zone. Just making sure the receiver's 100% looking at the disc and wanting to actually receive it before throwing the option.
Yeah, Kira with the goal. Want to have a stab at that last name? Ingeborg?
Psyching myself up for it. Groshnikovu.
Groshnikova?
Groshnikovu.
That was a fair dig, I think, for the two of us. Apologies if I go with Kira for the majority of this game.
The simplicity. It's a fast-moving game. We've got to clean up some airwave space, just stick to the short names.
We're never going to get a shot of Steph Rapazzo on the lifeguard seat here, keeping everyone safe. It's very rare that an ulti.TV broadcast ends in drowning. Got lifeguard Steph on duty.
Seemed possible yesterday, but we avoided it.
Certainly the Finnish side have been working the deep end of the pool. So another bricked pull, been a couple in this game. As you see a split stack from the French. Delou, somewhat isolated on this near sideline, and they look to him first, but good work from PuTi to stop it the first time. They get him on the second cut though. Working around the house now here. And working just between the three male handlers mostly here at the moment. Not seeing the deep shot. Sam Pro getting heavily involved, number 80. He had an exceptional greatness early on in the tournament, saw it on social media. Shout out to Sam, would love to see it here on the live stream. Sam is there, this one's going to be an easy goal for Sam Pro.
Manchots had to work really, really hard to get that in, so excellent effort by the PuTi defense, especially keeping the two female receivers downfield out of the picture for most of the point.
It kind of did seem like an all-male handler weave at times there.
Yeah, every now and again they popped their heads up to look if the deeps were on. One time it was just too far. Manchots also really valuing the disc, so not willing to put up speculative throws upwind.
Just working the break side there. Pro with the fist bump and high fives all around. And again, not afraid to change up their own line. Added a few different personnel there after being broken. And you see that happening quite a lot on beach, probably far more so than grass. Grass isn't that tiring in comparison to sand. If you have a long low point, it's very difficult to go out there and play again without, you know, tiredness creeping in. So both sides happy with, like, yeah, we trust our whole squad to start on offense, and we prefer fresh legs and our usual tired O-line.
Yeah, Manchots really benefiting from Hélène Courdoisy, who's a non-playing coach, so she's got calm eyes to really evaluate what's going on and make these kinds of decisions.
So that was for half at 7. The score is now 7-5, as far as I'm aware. Oh, the pull in the back corner. That a dangerous crossfield pass. Going the whole way across your own end zone is exciting if nothing else. And here, a big buttery biscuit sent coast to coast, and that is a brilliant goal. Anselon Quebec eats that one up. And standing in the back corner of the end zone, just 2 passes find themselves in the other far corner.
Yes, things looked a little dicey at the start of that point when they, with much too much confidence, decided that that pull was going out of bounds, but no, it landed perfectly near but not touching the sideline. So they had a job to recover from that initial assumption, but they did really well. That cross-field dump was a thing of beauty, but also almost defended and almost out of bounds on the other side. They did very, very well to regain their calm there.
As we have a look at that one on the drone shot. Full field backhand hook. I've been noticing on the YouTube stream we've kind of a pink blur at times behind the disc, like we're stuck in the video game Tron. People enjoying it.
Yeah, generally people have been positive since it helps locate the disc a little easier.
Sandberg Delano on the big under, has a deep shot there. This one hanging in the air. Oh, and coming over the top. A call on the play. Otari read it incredibly well and was waiting underneath it.
From far away, let's see this replay here.
Tries to steal that one from over the top, and you can see from her hand gesture, expecting she's calling strip.
I think she's definitely calling strip.
Hard to know. Maybe her left hand.
I was going to go with right. It's hard to see. It's much easier to feel, hence also the discussion.
I think it was an exceptional play to avoid contact. They are standing right beside the Jumbotron there. I'm not sure if they've been using that to help them with their decision.
I expect they've been a bit too focused on the discussion to really notice the huge screen behind them.
And it looks like that one's going to be contested. It was exceptional defensive play. Hard to tell from what we saw whether we came to the right conclusion there, but disc will stay with Leno. Going low to Renanen. Back to Otari, who gets Leno on the under. Having a good battle with Portimão. Now the inside shot to Otari, tries to jump it in. It's been called not in. Very flat force on Otari, looking for the reset. Coming very late and turfed into the ground. That's where they've struggled at times, PuTi, is actually when they get to run inside the end zone. Their end zone offense struggling against this very young, athletic French side. And then we see it again, a big old buttery biscuit from Portimão on the money yet again. We're seeing the gun show here from Lille Portimão.
Renanen did an excellent job from PuTi, recognizing the throw was up and really kept pace for quite a while, but these young Manchot legs just too fast, too furious, churning up the field.
And Lille is rocking the cowboy hat, and as she should. She's been the gunslinger out here today for the Manchot D-line. Gotta love that shot.
Another beautiful shot from her, and a just phenomenal reception as well from Davois.
(9-5). What a mate to make 11. Commanding lead now for Manchot, who are undefeated so far in this tournament and making a statement here.
Ready to make another one.
Any other French teams standing out for you on your board?
Yeah, Frisco is also phenomenally skilled and stacked. Another very young French squad.
2 PuTi players there to make that reception. Hatari runs a give go Sivo. He's going to try a feathery flick of his own. He's going to run out of space, and that one does incredibly well to toe that one in. Exceptional catch.
Marta's keeping her toes just inbounds enough on that huck.
Yeah, Marta's with 1 goal and 1 assist in this game so far, and she's crossed over on both lines, happy to play O, particularly when maybe the O line's broken. Sivo thought he might have overthrown that, but just enough room to keep her feet in bounds. Did a little shuffle step to ensure she landed in.
No, great field awareness from her.
Marta's enjoying herself out here in the sands of Portimão, Playa de Rocha. Probably a bit warmer than it is in Finland right now.
I don't know, Finland can get a really good summer going. It's a country of extremes.
Definitely not summer now in Finland though, right?
That's true. I do forget being here with these temperatures that actually it is already October. Yeah, no, I think Finland's already taken a turn to the winter. Extra motivation for PuTi to hang in there, to stay in this tournament as long as possible.
I think it's often when you see Scandinavian teams doing well in beach, they play a bit of beach in summer, but then they're also very quick to try and get away to the likes of Portugal, Lanzarote. You see them at quite a lot of the foreign beach tournaments just to escape the winter. They tend to do very well, actually. The Nordic and Scandinavian and Nordic countries. And there's a deep shot and a quick clinical goal from the French. The Prue heavily involved yet again.
Another calm offense there from Manchots. Really using their legs to get open on PuTi.
I feel Manchots kind of just in the driving seat now.
Yeah, but you can also see the youth and energy of the team in the sense that they all gather for every single point, and for some older sides that is kind of energy that they can't bring.
And they talk about Frisco being their biggest rivals, and I think RFO. So I think that's the goal, to finish higher than Frisco. Both teams looking exceptionally good here at this tournament. Frisco getting the big win over Margarita mixed very early on in the tournament.
Yeah, Frisco is another youth center, so it makes sense that youth to youth, they have something to prove, to try to best one another.
Here comes a deep shot, that one low, and can't be chased down.
Rinnanen gave it her all, but even she can't come up with that. Who but Petitbon to pick up.
Now keeping it fairly simple here, Manchots. Duvois getting a very flat force. Petitbon yet again, let's see if she unleashes the cannons. A poach in the lane from the finish, leaves a wide open receiver. And they're just too good right now, this French side. Another fantastic goal. We see the foot spike to boot.
And Nigo was just in acres of space downfield. Would have been surprised if they didn't put that. Just too much margin for error, and another secure.
And looking at this Manchot D-line, the first break opportunity they didn't get, but I think they've converted every other break opportunity. I think it's 5 out of 6 attempts from the D-line. Exceptional conversion rate.
Everybody seems incredibly comfortable playing both ways on Manchot. There's no hesitation. There's no, but we're a D-line, how do you throw? There's just a disc, an opportunity, and the will to carry it into the end zone. Nothing speculative, just good old-fashioned Frisbee. You go there with the score.
So let's see what Sivo and his PuTi O-line can come up with now. You feel the game is almost slipped away from them at this point. Sandberg. And nobody really on the force. Here comes a sky ball. Who's going to get under this one? And swatted away emphatically. Dalou.
One of the two Dolo brothers.
And he gets the first cut as well. Just looking like they've more energy, more desire right now. Manchot. And this is, I think, pretty much their O-line playing defense here. But unfortunately cough it up. Coming out here in a vertical stack. PuTi trying to run a set play with Sandberg coming through the middle, but can't seem to hit it. Go cross field. Otari. Sandberg working under space. Sivo goes deep. He's going to send to him. This one's going to fade to the break side. And just a brilliant read. And that just put a nice touch to the break side to favor the shorter receiver, Sivo, and ends up catching it with grace and ease.
That shot from Sandberg, really well placed. Completely avoiding the sky battle. Here we see that shot go up. Manchot just never had a bid on that disc. Really beautifully placed.
The score now 11-7 to Manchot. As the PuTi O-line discussing things on the sideline. They've been broken quite a number of times this game. I've really struggled to get it back at times. Managed to get it back on that occasion, but their O-line defense has maybe been lacking at times. But I think just a very young French squad, if it ends up being a long point and a turnover, they seem to, the longer the point goes on, the maybe more you favor the French. And that is a dropped pull. Not sure what he was trying to do there.
Well, catch it, Liam.
Well, I don't know if you were supposed to catch it falling backwards and over your head. It's Slam Pro.
It's not optimal, but we saw PuTi doing it earlier.
So, you know, it felt like this game was slipping away from PuTi, but they've only got one break so far. This would be a massive opportunity for a second break. Looking to isolate Martos one-on-one in the end zone, going up against Lilo. Oh, and that is a quick dish pop pass, and discussion here about a travel from Pro. I thought that was quite a beautiful sneaky play from PuTi's. I thought they were going straight to Martis in the backfield, but went with that 1 yard pass. I think that was good. I
think they're arguing at the travel.
But they punch it in anyway, no travel this time. And a gift from the French gives a lifeline to PuTi.
Heinene de Wiedemann there on the score. Yeah, they couldn't pull that sneaky little sneak in for a second time. I think they gave away their game plan there, unfortunately, with the travel call. It had to go back, but PuTi well able to just play it around to see the opportunities develop.
And I love that end zone playing. It was a bit sneaky. It looked like they're setting up something else. As we see this, at that occasion, you just got to let it go over your head. If you're going to be catching it, I love catching the pull. I'm very, you know, I think often people leave it go too often, but if it's kind of drifting over your head, it's probably the time to just let it slide. Might have even been a brick. So, an easy goal in the end for Wiedemann. And Neil Wiedemann hasn't had too many opportunities. One of the younger players on this roster, 25 years old, says he loves surfing.
It's in the perfect place.
Yeah, pretty big waves today. It's actually quite tricky to paddle out in this beach. Might give it a go after this, we'll see. Getting high in the stall count, but the low has been forever free for them at times. Pick called. And I believe that's Nemo Cortil wearing the 63 jersey. I haven't had a 64 on a roster, but I have to confirm that one. As you see the deep shot coming now. Kurdek gets another goal.
That was a gorgeous throw into the end zone. It really had me believing that it was going to be too far, but these Manchots receivers are just phenomenally fast and able to eat up the ground that they need. We see that beautiful throw.
Something both teams have done effectively, just adding a bit of blade to keep the disc away from the defenders. Has to be extremely accurate when doing so, but they've been just that.
Now, often you think that the older, wiser team has the better throws, but the youth today, especially in France, starts super young. So even though this roster is relatively young, they've all got years and years of experience already.
Deep shot is there, but takes the easier, shorter pass to Leno. Sandberg. Hotari. Looks off Sivo. Sets up the give-go action. Vannanen. Threads needle inside. Sandberg wants to send it. Vannanen. Back to Sandberg. Again, easy reset to there, and a nice high release forehand with beautiful touch on it. Gets PuTi the clean hold.
PuTi really just working one by one by one, really having the space left and right of the stack open at all times for the one person that is working at any given time. Sometimes that meant that they really had to rely on the handlers to dump it back and forth, but they were well able to do that work. Just a gorgeous high release shot there into the lane. Expertly coaxed into the end zone.
Now a chance for Manchots to end it here. It is game point for them. As I see Leno enjoying a wee refreshment on the sideline. One of the stars of Finnish Ultimate for a long, long time. So the French can end it here. Deep cut from the handler space is looked off as they work the unders. Blasting upfield. This Cortil puts up a saucy hammer, and that's going to end it, folks. Brilliant goal to finish it off, and it's been the tyrant on offense, LeProux, who reels that one in. They've been the better team. They've been exceptional on defense and offense, and really making a statement here in this mixed division. There's a few French teams that are looking for medals.
Manchots incredibly hungry, looking their eyes towards the podium. Very convincing win by them. They just had the youth, the energy, the vigor to finish it out, and despite what PuTi was able to do, they just were not able to contain them.
Yeah, PuTi a very strong side, and the French showing their strength and their depth, and you got to win a game with an upside down throw. That's one of the rules of Beach Ultimate, right? That's one of the few differences.
It's definitely the rule set that Manchots are following, and it works for them. Can't argue with that kind of success.
Yeah, they definitely like to play with a bit of flair and finesse, not afraid to send it to the end zone, and when they have their tails up like this, they're a very difficult team to beat. LeProux had an exceptional game, 3 goals, 1 assist, coming out of Le Mans. It looks like we'll have a quick interview for you in a few moments' time, folks. And as Le Mans side there celebrating in front of the commentary booth, they had an exceptional game and should be very proud of their performances. And we'll go down to Steph Rapazzo for an interview now.
The game, they got the win. Nemo, congratulations first of all. You guys came out playing really well this morning. Talk about how the team got clicking against a very strong Finnish team.
Oh, thank you, Steph. Oh, I don't know. We do today, before, not really good game. There's a lot of wind, rain. I'm too new in this team, so I take time to adapt it. But yeah, this morning we did a good warm-up. The sun is here. We like it, so.
You're happy to be back in the nice weather after yesterday?
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, really.
Yeah,
really.
It's the good stuff. So now you guys are undefeated. The American team undefeated. You guys play them later today. Expectations, how will you approach your last game for top of the pool?
We really don't know. I think we did the same score. We did the same score against a more bad team of the pool. So I think it's like this game, a little bit better. So yeah, we are going in this game with all.
Excellent stuff. Give it your best. Good luck for the rest of the way. Congratulations, Nemo, Porti, and Manchots.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Steph Rapazzo. Congratulations to Nemo Cortil. 5 assists in that game, finishing off with that big sugar-coated hammer. He's an exceptional player for this Le Mans side.
Yeah, great convincing win by Manchots. They've got a big day ahead if they want to secure the first seed of the pool. And based on that performance, they have a great shot at making it happen.
Yeah, the game started off with some good holds from both teams. Sivo and Sandberg doing well. Nemo quarterbacking this O-line offense at times that look exceptional. Both teams not afraid to send it deep either. Plenty of hawks, plenty of short ball. Just a really well balanced offense from both sides. See they're putting on the jet boosters there. But it's Le Mans that came out on top, but this PuTi side will still be battling it out in this very competitive mixed division, bringing out some of those finished blades we all love to see. For Ingeborg, Kolas and Liam Grant, thanks very much for joining us, and stay tuned for some more great Ultimate as this one finishes up. Manchots 13, PuTi 9.
Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ulti.TV